Collocation. Play a role in means to have a specific involvement or participation in something. Example. Who has played the most important role in your career choice? A preliminary step means the first step. Example. What preliminary step would you take before a job interview? Weigh one's options means to consider the pros and cons of one's possible options very thoroughly and carefully. Example. Did you weigh your options before deciding on a program exit? Suffer a setback means to experience or encounter some kind of minor delay, obstacle, impasse, or failure. Example. Have you ever suffered a setback in your career or academic life? In charge of. Example. Have you ever been in charge of anything? On account of means because of or for the benefit of someone. Example. Did you ever change your plans on account of the weather? Keep one's options open means to refrain from making a decision or commitment that will limit one's choice in the future. Example. Would you agree with the advice that we should keep our career options open when we go to university? At play means active or existing as something to be considered. Example. What are some factors at play when learning another language? Face the facts means to accept or confront the truth about something or its consequence. Example. We need to face the fact that we live much longer than our grandparents. Broad agreement means that people have agreed in a general sort of way. Example. Is there broad agreement in your country of origin that smoking needs to be banned? Draw attention to. Example. If you're launching a new social media platform, what marketing techniques would you use to draw people's attention to it? Straightforward matter. Example. Would you agree that ending poverty in the world is a straightforward matter? In a nutshell means in summary, concisely. Example. Can you tell me in a nutshell what your current job is about? At the outset means at the beginning. Example. When you're giving a presentation, what should you do at the outset when you're facing the audience? In the long run. Example. In the long run, do you think gasoline-powered cars will be completely replaced by electric cars? In a rut means seemingly trapped or stuck in work or personal behavior. Example. What do you do when you feel you're in a rut with your schoolwork or at work? From scratch means from the beginning. Example. Did you ever have to start a project or report from scratch after discovering that you had misunderstood the instructions? A pressing problem means an issue that requires immediate and urgent attention. Example. In your view, what's the most pressing problem facing Canada or your country of origin? Positive outlook. Example. Despite the pandemic and other world problems, would you say that generally you have a positive outlook on the future? Workable solution, viable solution. Example. Do you think policing the internet is a workable solution for controlling its citizens? In concrete terms. Example. In concrete terms, how would you advise a friend or relative in your country who is about to immigrate to Canada? Dominant factor. Example. What should be the dominant factors in the selection process for student scholarships? Have the know-how. Example. Would you say you have the technical know-how to operate most of the equipment in today's office environment? Far-reaching repercussions means extending far in influence and effects. Example. If global warming doesn't slow down, what far-reaching repercussions do you think this will have for life on Earth? Key elements. Example. What do you think are the key elements in a successful interview? At this juncture means at this time. At this juncture of the pandemic, what can the government do to keep the business running?